Alright, so I pretty much told myself that I wasn't going to be talking about these whole Pyrocynical accusations until Pyrocynical himself came out with a statement. And that has just happened. Pyrocynical just dropped his statement on the whole pedophile, predator, whatever you want to call it, accusations that have been going on recently. And Pyrocynical pretty much confirms that these exchanges did happen, but they were never in a what he would call sexual way. Pyro also states the fact that he never said that he was 15 whatsoever. Pyro says that he didn't disclose his age on Twitter until he was 16, which a lot of you guys might be saying, well, that's still not a good thing. And while I would agree as an American that is not a good thing, but in the UK it is not really against the law there at all, actually. Where Pyro lives in the UK, he is actually allowed legally to do that. You might say that that is morally incorrect, but that's not for us to decide, right? That is for Pyrocynical himself to decide. Because I'm not aware of the culture in the UK specifically, but I know that there's probably tons of people that think it's fine to do that with children that are 16. So when you grow up around that culture, you are kind of subjected to different things, and at that point it is morally correct for him to do it. Completely different cultures, and a lot of times in America the age of consent is actually 16, but we cannot just act like police and judge here whenever, you know, actually the age of consent is 16. But Pyro also states that he wasn't even on Twitter until he was around 17, so that also has something to do with it. So with that being said, it seemed like the most concerning thing people had against Pyrocynical during this whole thing was he was sending someone fetish art that was, you know, 15 at the time. And that person was drawing or making or sending fetish art back to Pyrocynical, and I honestly don't really see a huge problem with that. Do I think that it is a little inappropriate? Yeah, it definitely is. But people were equating this to, like, you know, like actually going out with a child and doing things with that child. That is obviously not the same thing at all. I think it's a little irresponsible that Pyrocynical didn't actually ask for the age that this person is, and that is extremely irresponsible in my opinion. Obviously, if you're going to be an adult, 19 at the time is apparently what Pyrocynical's age was at that time, you need to ask for their age at all times. If you want to know what's going on, there's a great video by my friend Noxus that I'm going to be dropping in the description below, and it's going to be on the end card at the end of this video so that you guys can really catch up with what's going on in this drama. I'm not going to be surprised if Ivory did completely lie about this to get some clout, because there was actually a video or like a little audio clip of Ivory saying that, yeah, I'm gonna get so much fame off of this. Does this still look kind of bad on Pyrocynical? I'm gonna say a little bit. He should have said that, hey man, what's your age? He was 19 at the time with a platform. You can't just be so, you know, careless about things like that, because it comes back and bites you in the ass like it kind of has to Pyro. I mean, it hasn't really bit him in the ass that bad, because obviously he is still a major YouTuber. People will still support him, and obviously I'm gonna support him still. But I think at the end of the day, he just needs to be a lot more careful with what he does on the platform, and I think then that will make it all right for him. I think that he just messed up big time here. I really don't think Pyrocynical is the type of guy that grooms children and goes out of his way to, you know, talk to children like that. But once again, guys, you have to remember the cultural difference in the UK and the US. If he did this in the US while he was a US resident, that is a different story. But once you're in the UK, it's honestly not that big of a deal whenever it comes to the cultural differences. A lot of people out there always forget about cultural differences and don't know how to put their cultural differences aside and only think of their own cultures. Like when Benji Kroll admitted that he actually did talk to a child, but Benji Kroll lives in, I think, in Spain. A lot of people said that, hey, Benji Kroll, you are a scumbag, bro. You need to admit to this and you need to own up to your mistakes. And honestly, Benji Kroll did nothing wrong. And here's why. There's a different culture in Spain than there is in America. Is it right? In my opinion, morally, no. But in Benji Kroll's opinion, if there's a ton of people that are talking to 15-year-olds, then it's not really a bad thing to him. And again, I'm not really condoning that behavior, but we have to really think about the differences in culture as in every country. That is really the only way that this is fair. In all honesty, America is the minority here. We are one of the only countries that does have the age of consent set to 18 in some states, and most states are actually 16. I think a lot of people forget that, and they always just attack people that are doing things that we don't quote unquote agree with. But yeah, I think Pyrocynical just needs to be a little more careful next time and be a lot more safe on the internet. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap up the video there. If you guys did enjoy this video, if you did, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on those post notifications, and check out all my other outlets in the description below. below. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.
She told me, baby, look alive. I told her that I died inside. There's something that can save me.